Welcome everyone, it's Victor Dragomar. It's time for more Shadow Legends. I decided to cut it off at the hour mark anyway, because this is actually a very long trial of Doom. Trying to reduce the debuff duration of Valerie, because I think that's going to be a major part of killing this thing. Along with its disgusting Kabatic wind nonsense. In the last episode, we were climbing through Doom Tower, looking for the quest for doing keys. Yes. Clean up on Isle Spider. Cleaning up the spider. I hate this spider. I hate the noises it makes. I hate everything about it. Oh my god. Oh my lord. Maybe I'll just put a later rest on it to try to get some more damage off. Dealing with speeders. Rogue speeders. Increase the health. No. Stop removing the buffs. The Kabatic winds are very unpleasant. Yeah, 70,000 damage. Take that. Take that. I think this might be a record versus this vermin. Don't tell me Armander isn't needed. You kind of need him. I put him in there. I put the later rest in there, but I'm trying to get this spider low. That's what I'm trying. Yes, decreasing its max HP is technically one way of doing it. But, I would prefer, well, it works, But then there's another problem. The problem comes with it doesn't stop it reviving. And it has a lot of health. Look how much health it has. It's not efficient to just kill it with chipping it out. I can tell you that. Thankfully, it doesn't have healing assured, because I freaking hate that passive. In fact, it is that passive that stops me from killing Spider 12. That's that passive is the reason. That is the reason. Yes, sirree. I hate that noise the little spiderling makes. I hate it. I hate this boss. Even if I could beat it, I hate this boss. You know what the worst part is? I think this is the last boss in this tower, and I have to beat it like on an ungodly difficulty to actually beat the tower. It's from the spiderling. Ugh. This boss, in a way, is more annoying and less annoying than Borgoth, but you do need an Armiger for it. Either an Armiger or HP burn that you can survive all the way up to here. You need one or the other. I'm not getting past it without that. Unless you can kill it twice. One or the other. Which, in terms of Hades, he'll already have a Geomancer, all the fanciest bells and whistles. So of course he's going to tell you this boss is easy. But I'm telling you, it's actually moderately difficult. Moderate to hard, depending on what your team is. It depends. I gotta be careful with this. Oh my god. Bad. So bad. That's bad. You might have just lost the fight with that. That's bad. Farmager guys, the fight's over. Okay, so we're gonna go kill this spiderling. If we can completely kill it, that would be great. Shield up. Because this fight is awful. It's awful, I tell you. If you screw it up, well, it's mostly if you screw it up. If you don't get the last... is all you really need is the Armiger to survive. If you can get the Armiger to survive, you can probably kill him. I'm gonna go just put that preliminarily there just to try to chunk his HP some more. Sure, it'll be down on cooldown for a bit, but I want to try to get him back to where he was. I'm thinking decreasing its turn meter is going to be decent with some crits. Yeah, killing the spiderlings here is pretty good because it reduces the amount of trouble it can cause. Trust me when I say this thing can cause a lot of trouble for you. Problem. Maybe I'll put a later rest on here and then give it 2 more turns. Yeah, that's gonna make it move priority list. Yeah, this boss is a pain. If you're wondering why I cut it off, it's because this boss is very hard. I may set a new record for it, though. If I can get everyone to live, that is. I don't know if I can, but I think I can. See, even though it removed those buffs, it's still... See, the Kabatic winds do less now. The spiderlings are not there to eat it. No longer block buffs, because that's what those spiderlings do, by the way. Okay, we are gonna have to save him. I don't want Armiger to die. Number one person here that needs to not die is Armiger. Because if he dies, fight is actually over. Fight is genuinely over if Armiger dies. It's all fun and games until Armiger dies. This sucker low. hard. I don't even want to imagine what the last one's like. Can you imagine if this is this spider and that? Because I think I've seen what the last boss of Doom Tower is. It's this spider. I kid you not. It's this spider, but more difficult. Well, at least this rotation. And the other one, it's Eternal Dragon, I believe. This is where the moment of truth comes in. Yes! Its revive has been blocked. I want to try something weird. Is it possible to get all the teammates to survive this boss? That's the question. Now, while it's going to be a little slow on the waves, I have chosen a very specific set of champions to do this with. So, I have chosen all affinity, neutral, or positive champions. Now, the reason I've done this is very big. The reason I've done this is because I don't want... I know that it's not going to be possible to make Elhain live past this boss at all. So I want to try to use affinity neutral champions to try to do this. And preferably champions that are mostly fully realized and are affinity neutral. Because if they're not affinity neutral, we are in for a very bad time. Because this boss clearly does not want anyone of magic affinity other than a shield champion in their arena. So we will give them exactly what they're looking for, which will probably confuse the living hell out of this boss. I'm doing all I can not... Well, I'm going to use the buff, because I know he's going to steal it. The one that you don't want him to take is the shield and the increased duration. Because you're going to want to increase the duration of the shield in order to make this work. Like, this is a little slow on the waves, but just bear with me. Because you need, in order for me to really do this fight correctly, I need people of specific opponents of, like, stuff of specific affinities and attributes. First we're going to want to put up the speed buff, then we're going to want to whack it. We're going to want to increase his turn yield. We're going to want to put a shield up. We're going to put another shield up. struggle. We're going to want to wait him to rest to do some more damage. We're going to want to do that. Buffs up. Extend the buffs. And we're going to heal reduce him. And then we're going to increase that. Increase the turn meter. Get the spectral horror. We're going to want to break his barrier. See how much less damage my team takes when they're all, except for the shield champion, not the wrong affinity. That's I think a core element of fighting this boss, is not to include someone like Elhain or Kale. Because by doing that, I mean, you could include Elhain or Kale, but it's very difficult to keep them alive. Very difficult to keep someone like that alive. Especially because they'll like put a provoke on them. This is their magic affinity. See, even if he steals a buff, because it's not, the affinity isn't a problem and the levels are decent, it won't. That's too much of a problem. The problem is Manaya isn't sufficiently geared. Neither is Armor, so probably. I may still be able to keep. I may still be able to keep Valerie alive. The fusion speed. Can we keep Valerie alive? This was a bad move. Sealed up. So Valerie might be able to survive. By putting the shield up, it allows her to survive longer. Because yeah, this guy puts a lot of debuffs on. Man, he's persistent. You see, Valerie finally shows her true strength in the Scarab boss. Finally. We're going to want to increase the duration of the shield. Even if he steals it, tries to steal it, he's not going to kill Valerie. Vergus is practically immune to this boss. By all extensions and purposes. Yes, sirree. Let's summon some champs. What are we gonna get? And let's give her some upgrades. And clean up Spider 11, obviously. Gotta funnel that XP. Like, for some reason, campaign gives so much XP. That's why you see me farming it. That's why you see me here instead of in Doom Tower, because this actually gives XP, a lot of it, unlike Doom Tower. That's the funny part. The funny part is that this place actually gives a lot of XP, Doom Tower does not. That's the funny thing. That's the dumb thing. Like, I feel that one of the biggest problems with Doom Tower is that it just doesn't give you a lot of XP. It gives you materials, sure. Does it give XP? No. If you put someone who isn't level 60 in there, are they getting towards level 60 really quick? No. Even if they're rank 6? No. Yeah. I take them to the campaign, they instantly start inching towards that. That's why this stage is such a big deal, because it gives you so much silver and value for what it is. So much value. And you don't need like a bunch of fancy champs to farm this either. Like, you just need your campaign farmer and food or other champions. Like, that's the thing about this stage. As terrible and repetitive as it is, you get a lot of value out of killing this stage. Like, she's about to reach level 54 in like a couple tries of this stage. That's how big this stage is. That's why this stage is like massive. Because you get so much value out of this stage for what it is. So much value. Look at that. She's already level 54. Straight up. Straight up. And because of the event, we're going back to Speeder. And seeing if we can make even more progress now that Valerie is level 54. Eventually, like I said, she will reach 60. I mean, I'm trying to rush it, but as you saw, it's not easy to rush at 60. Because the last 10 levels, by the way, are some of the hardest levels to earn on a champion. Straight up, the hardest levels are actually the last 10. This boss is very frightening. Like, even with an incredibly defensive setup, this boss is hard. Like, even if I were to completely discard Elhain out of the equation, it would still be difficult, because then I'd have to get Armorger to sub in some of that damage. Not only that, this cleanse goes on a very long cooldown. Like if I had someone like a Doom Priest, this boss would almost be like in terms of their buffs they put on me would almost be a joke. Because the Doom Priest could almost instantly cleanse the buffs. It's funny how I can fight this one, even though it's a negative affinity. But I cannot fight the next one up. The next one up is such a wretch that I literally cannot fight it without, like, new champions. Practically. Feels like. Like I need something on another level entirely. Like, maybe War Master on Valerie or something ridiculous. Something like that. Something absurd. Maybe like full War Master and Kale, but then with like a side of HP burn. Such a long speed for a cleanse. Who thought it was okay to give Spirit Host that long of a speed for a cleanse? Come on, man. Who thought that was okay? Alright, we're making progress. It's slow progress, but it's progress. Gotta smack it, gotta keep the damage up on it. Alright. First, we're gonna go put that up. This sucker starts to get really awful as we go up. Even if we had everyone at 60, this still would not, this pop itself wouldn't work. I don't think. Maybe it would. But we'd have to sub in someone else, like maybe Armiger with better gear, or Armiger with destroy, or HP burn, something like that. Most likely a HP burn. We need someone that's gonna do unbelievably serious damage to this thing. Yeah. I don't see a way out of We'd need the 2 defense champions, obviously, but I think I'd sub in Spirit Host for like Drexler or something. Something maniacal. And with that, we clean up an Isle Speeder. Like, the thing is, I could get Spirit Host to 60, but I've got bigger. The thing is, Dragon's Lair is so much especially the like high freezing spiders. Like I can only imagine how vile Spider 20 is. Spider 20 is probably vile. Like unbelievably vile. Think about that. That other one's Spider 12. We're not talking about Spider 20. Spider 20 is next level. I don't even want to think about the fact that there's something above Spider. Something. Seven more to go. It takes 100k XP to get her to the next level. That's unreal. This is about the best deal we've got, and then the next best deal is something really infuriating. But that's how the cookie crumbles. Because as you go up, the people get harder and harder. That's just how it goes. Like even the 1v1s start to get harder. The casuals that you're pitted against, they're no longer casuals anymore. They're like intermediate to hard. I wonder what Tag Team Arena looks like. Hold Hades, for instance. On his other account, on his like non-new account. Ugh. Disgusting that way. Like it's probably like one of the craziest, like the craziest thing here, like this. Probably looks like that. Something like that.